Alright guys, so apparently we have more news to cover this morning. We've had a video released by Plarium talking about some important points, such as when we get new factions, is Lydia going to be harder? On top of that, they talk about the Doom Tower, they talk about the dupe system, or the absence of a dupe system. They also talk about silver issues, they also talk about new champions being released in the game, including some upcoming dwarfs, which I believe leads to our next fusion champion perhaps. But before we do all that, I also need to clarify a quick thing about this Dragon 20 tournament, with special conditions. Either I can't read or they fooled me. All that said, let's jump into today's video. Alright, so let's first start with this Dragon 20 tournament, which apparently is different. It's all the 4 factions. Okay, so I made a little bit of a fool of myself, but then again, they kind of worded it so that it wasn't exactly clear, so I'm totally gonna blame it on it. Absolutely, it is their fault, not mine. Yeah, sure, I didn't take the time to read, but then again, they literally just removed one word, how it typically is worded when it's only one faction, using only champions from one of the following factions. Could have easily been that, right? The wording is so small, my eyes hurt when I try to read that stuff. All right, and then on top of that, last time, guys, they called it the Galen Pack. I even showed that in a previous video, but why didn't you just call it the Tellarian's Pack? I would have understood that a little bit better, all right? A lot of work for my brain in the morning for me to read this stuff, okay? So I'm totally gonna blame it on that. I still have a team that can do this with no effort. It doesn't use as many free-to-play champions or fusion champions or whatever. We do have a Septimus and a Royal Guard. Even though Septimus is the weak affinity, I don't care. I'm not putting any more effort into this. That is the whole point of this little section. Guys, just grab whatever you have. Hopefully it works. If it doesn't, don't build a ton of level 60 champions, do all masteries and like skills or whatever just for a void shard. All right, that's what I'm trying to say here. Just for a void shard, it is not worth. Oh, I wonder if this piece is good. Any speed? No, still sucks. All right, now on to this video about Plarium. Starting with, will the requirement to get Lydia change when you add the new faction? If I understood correctly, the short answer is yes, but it will not open the new faction for the, whatever it's going to be, the sort of like Asian-inspired samurais or something of the sort, until there's full teams available. So basically what they're saying is that the new faction will come out, it will not affect Lydia right now, but down the road, it will most likely affect your ability to get Lydia. So somebody will get screwed by this at some point. Hopefully it's not you or me. All right, let's keep going with the next question here, which was, what are your future plans for the Doom Tower? They're saying the same thing they said before. It's going to be on a rotation. They don't exactly know when. They said maybe as early as April, maybe earlier. I really don't think it's going to be for the first 3 months. So I'm going to say that for the time being, business as usual. Let's keep going. The next question was, I think it's about the dwarves. Yes, so apparently people are complaining there's not enough legendaries and epics for the dwarves, which is relatively true. It's a newer faction, less champions overall, but I guess what they're saying is that Undead Hordes keeps getting champions, and yet the dwarves are getting no love. So I think what she is saying a little bit further down here is that we have big plans for new champions. We're very careful in how we release them, and I guess basically we can expect more in the future. Here's some artwork, looks pretty fancy. What about this one? I see a recycled model here, right? I'm thinking Armina now has armor, or maybe this is Ursula or whatever, but this champion model, this bigger frame, is apparently being reused quite a bit, so I think it looks kind of fancy. Maybe this is 2021 raid, right? Enough with the hot chicks. We want the mamas. That's what we want now in Raid Shadow Legend. So they're saying a new dwarf champions in February. They're talking about a legendary. I'm thinking fusion, so I'm going to predict we're going to get a legendary dwarf fusion for this month, right? At some point, maybe in 2 weeks when they release patch 3.30. That's my predictions. Hopefully I'm right. We got 14 more in development, just more champions diluting the pool. I mean, yeah, at this point I can't even keep up with all of them, so I guess this is good. Hopefully they're as good as the last batch that we've had. Then do you have any answers to the duplicate champions issue? No answer aside from we're working on it. We need to be sure we don't impact the game negatively, and it's a good thing for everybody. So we're taking our sweet ass time to figure it out. All right, so that's what I understood from this. So maybe one day at some point we're going to get it. Here's basically what they were shown. And then finally, gearing champions is hard. It takes a lot of silver. Yeah. Do you have any plans to fix that? Then they talk about, yes, we're working on potential ways. 3, I think they talk about the new armory feature. Is this the fitting room, or armory is totally different on top of that? So who knows, maybe we're going to have more functions added to the game relatively shortly. Hopefully that will address some of these silver issues. I'm a little bit sad that we still don't have a dupe system. At this point, this has been going on for 2 years and a half. So will we ever see that system? That's my question to you, Plarium. Please, because players are quitting the game because of this. So it would be really nice if you find a way to address this, not just in sort of, we're working on it. We're working on it. You know what I mean? So guys, that's going to be it. A quick overview of this Q&A from Raid. You guys are more than welcome to go listen to the video, but that's basically my take on it, my impressions. Let me know what you think in the comments below. Thank you so much for watching, and I'll catch you guys later.